Now that I'm in my 30s, I've totally changed my mindset on a first date. I no longer go in thinking, he could be the one. Now I go in thinking, he could be the one that breaks me forever. And I can never be put back together from this.
Men will really ask you, why are you single? Why are you single? And then they'll ghost you. Cunt, that's why.
Yo, what is going on, guys? Got a video for you here today from Cosmic Verse titled Leftover Women Are Losing Their Minds Because Men Are Going Their Own Way. It's always crazy to me how these women who proclaimed that they never cared about men and all of this kind of stuff, right? The moment men walk away, they just lose their marbles, okay? Because they were relying on these men for when they reached 30 and they needed somebody to look after them. But anyway, guys, today's video was suggested to me by Hadan the Mummy. I'm going to leave both of their channels linked in the pinned comments, so make sure you go and subscribe to these guys. Don't forget to leave your own comments, and let's jump right into the video.
It's gonna be a hot take, but I swear dating in your 30s as an independent woman is an impossible task nowadays, because I swear if I hear one more man asking me any leading questions about how I feel about splitting bills 50-50 or how I'd feel about signing a prenup, like, babe, for what? I own my own house, I own my own car, I pay my own bills, I earn my own money. What do I need you and your $16 an hour job for? Nothing. I'm gonna make you sign a prenup, the fuck?
Every single thing that she listed here are things that men don't care about, right? We don't care if you have a mortgage. We don't care if you're paying your own bills. We don't care if you're making your own money. This isn't a flex. We simply do not care. These things are just being an adult.
So the other day I was talking to this guy, right? And he was like, when am I going to see you again? And I was just like, well, I think you need to do a little bit better because you're not first in line right now. And he said, well, since you want to be out in the streets, I'm going to put you out on trash day next to the trash can where you belong. And he kind of ate with that. You know, I couldn't even be mad. You know, protect your peace, king. I ain't shit.
She told this man that he wasn't the only dude she was entertaining, and she said it in one of the cringiest ways possible. He merely responded to her disrespectful tone in kind.
Dating at 30 is so much different than dating at 26. Like, everyone is just like so like straightforward, and like the games are like really done, and like everyone's just like, yeah, like I'm looking for someone and like I'm not fucking around, which is like
so nice.
It's refreshing. It's easier.
When you're younger in your 20s, like who the fuck wants to get married and settle down?
Yeah.
Some people, but not me at that point.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to feel the thrill. I want to be getting my head bashed in the mattress. I want to be getting flipped upside down, and then I want to be getting ghosted the next day. I want to have my heart ripped out of my chest, and I want to do it all over again and then some. And then when you get a little older, you're kind of like, I literally don't have time.
In other words, she wanted to completely destroy her life and her ability to rationally think when she was young, and then double back to the men that she ignored and expect them to accept her damage that she refuses to deal with.
No, because the guy I've been talking to, I said, I think we should talk about, like, you know, our intentions here. He goes, yeah, no problem, but I'm gonna try to sleep forever. Good night. I haven't heard from him since. He meant literally forever. All right, I'm just gonna go drown.
These women go after dudes who are not interested in them, and then they're shocked to find out that those men are not interested in her.
I've never met one genuinely good man.
Never. Okay. I can't be the only one that finds that statement a little more than difficult to believe.
Every single man I have encountered has done something absolutely horrific and minimized it.
Okay, such as?
Every single man that I've encountered is a liar, is a perv, and does not see women as humans.
That last part. Yeah, here's where I'm going to call it for what it is. Things that never happened. 4300, Alex.
You can tell when a modern woman doesn't know what she's talking about when she refuses to bring up specific examples. She dated a few bad boys and then immediately assumed that all men were trash, and she wonders why she's still single.
Because most men do know that women are fellow human beings, and I would go so far as to say that most men, especially in the Western world, do see women as equals. So I think there's something else behind this. But yet, has anyone else noticed they haven't actually defined what would constitute a good man?
There's no such thing as a good man.
I really feel sorry for individuals that think like this, because they are quite obviously stuck in what is known as a confirmation bias, where they tend to favor the information that supports their existing beliefs. In this case, that there are no good men.
Even if she was to find a good man, she wouldn't know what to do with one. Oftentimes, these women are just so insane that it doesn't matter if you treat them well, they'll eventually just ditch you or treat you like trash anyway.
And if you think you're a good man, please explain why. I'd love to hear it.
And what good would that do? Because I have a feeling no matter how logical or rational the explanation, in my experience, when someone is very firmly attached to their own opinions, it is almost impossible to convince them that they may be wrong.
Because I guarantee you, probably 99.99% guarantee, your explanation is going to show that you are not a good man.
See what I mean?
It's not that there aren't any good men in the world, it's just that she refuses to actually acknowledge that they exist. Doing so would prove that she's emotionally unhinged thanks to her poor life choices.
So I'm 31. I'm new to the dating world. I was in a long-term relationship before this, and I'm finally like, I want to meet somebody. I'm ready. But nobody wants to meet somebody, not for real. Can somebody explain why you go on dates with somebody when you don't actually want to have a relationship with them, potentially? What's the point? What's the point? I can't do this. This is like, is anybody else struggling? I can't. This is awful.
The vast majority of men have walked away from dating because they got tired of being ignored and blamed for everything. Then you have the Chads and the Simps who still kind of remain, but that's pretty much it.
I know you guys know the feeling, but you know, when you're 30 years old and you're single and you're like trying to put yourself out there and your friends are all married and they're like, oh, let's go to the D-backs game, and you're like sick, and then you think like it's going to be a night out, and then they're like 7th inning in and they're like, yeah, let's go get some ice cream after this. And I'm like, oh, fuck. We have really different vibes of like what the night is going to look like. So then you're like scouring for friends that are potentially out in the same area that you are so that you're at least trying to meet new people.
Her friends are adults with responsibilities and obligations. That's what's supposed to happen when you get older. You're not spending your evenings getting trashed with your one single friend just because she's lonely.
Because God knows that when you're with your married friends, you don't really meet a lot of new people. And I love them. Like, I don't blame them. Like, I want to go home and eat fucking ice cream too. But I texted a friend and I was like, you're out, right? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, can I meet you? And they're like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'll be waiting. Like, I'm a pathetic fucking loser, but here I am putting my best foot forward, trying to just like do things as a single woman and not like go home and like cry myself to sleep. So we all know the feeling, right? Basically I'll let you know how the night goes and if it was worth it. I don't know if it's gonna be worth it, but we're trying. We're trying.
Doing things involves going out to bars and clubs, wasting money she doesn't have on food and drinks that she can't afford, and then going home alone and crying herself to sleep. She's not doing anything healthy to make changes in her life.
Do you think men get told they'll find a partner when they're least expecting it, or to stop looking, or they're trying so hard, or they look desperate? I feel like people don't say that to them. I feel like specifically people say that to women to get them to feel bad about the fact that they want a relationship. When I talk to my single male friends about being single, like it's very like, oh yeah, like I date a lot, like I'm looking for the right person. None of them have any sort of shame. Like when I talk to my female friends, like, like I know I shouldn't be trying that hard, but like I really do want to be in a relationship. Like men do not talk like that.
The men she hangs out with are dudes who have no problem getting dates. That's why they don't feel the need to pointlessly shame themselves for attention. Even if that wasn't the case, men aren't going to talk that way because it's pathetic and nobody cares.
I'm sure a lot of it plays into the fact of traditional gender roles within dating. Like women are supposed to be pursued, so the world makes us feel bad about like wanting to find a partner because you should just like be waiting around for a man to come to you because you have to wait until you least expect it. News fucking flash, men don't do that shit no more. If women actively just like gave the fuck up on dating and like just waited for the right person and like didn't like really put themselves out there, they were just like waiting for when they least expect it, they would never date anyone. The world has changed. Stop giving your friends that shit ass advice. It's not even advice. Just shut the fuck up.
It's not advice. It's just something that women tell each other when they don't have anything of real meaning to actually say. It's one of the most generic expressions imaginable that it really does belong on a sympathy card or something.
All right, quick question for my fellow 35 and older ladies who are single. At what point do we just give up? Because at this point, I think I might just have to. I'm gonna be 39 next year, and every year around the holidays, I'm like, oh, this is the year. This is the year I'm finally gonna have someone in my life. And oh, what do you know? It's almost December, and no. And with what's out there and what I've seen, like, I just don't see it ever happening. So do we just give up now and live life, or do we continue?
She's already given up. She just doesn't know it yet. She looks at the men around her and she's disgusted with what she sees because the men that she wants don't actually want her.
Because, like, I don't see a future with anyone that's out there. And, like, I'm losing hope each day, like, more and more. So what are we doing? If we're not losing hope, what are we going to do to find someone? Because it's not Hinge or Bumble or any of those apps. Like, and I just don't know what to do. So what are we doing?
Dating apps were designed to keep women single. That's why these women keep re-downloading them and thinking that the next time will be the last time, but it doesn't work that way.
So I just got home from a date where, I mean, it went okay. It was whatever. But he bought my dinner. He walked me to my car, and we're standing there. And I said, "Thank you so much for dinner." And he said, "Yeah, I wasn't sure how that was going to go. It was all in one check, so I just paid." And I was like, "Well, were you wanting me to pay for my half?" And he's like, "Yeah, that'd be great actually." And sent me his Cash App as we stood there. And then asked if I would like to go out again tomorrow. Absolutely not, sir. Is this what I have to look forward to?
These women have no idea how badly they change the dynamics of dating. Men aren't willing to shell out money for dates anymore because most of the time, it's just a complete waste of time where the man is being used.
What do you think is going on with dating now? Because I feel like it's a tough dating landscape. I hear from guys, a ton of straight guys, they go out to a bar. They might go and chat up a girl who's standing around with her friends, and the girl's like, ooh, you're a creep. Why are you talking to me? Hashtag me too. Have you noticed that where some guys are scared to approach?
Yeah, this is absolutely a Me Too movement side effect, where all of these women, and not only just Me Too, we've had so many instances of women falsely accusing men of rape or sexual assault, and then they've been vindicated, but their whole persona and their whole reputation has been ruined by this lie.
False claims are one of the most diabolical things a modern woman can do. She weaponizes the law and the court of public opinion just so that she can get a paycheck on a guy for nonsense reasons. And once the dust settles, she gets a slap on the wrist at the absolute worst.
So men have a lot to lose these days, and it's not easy to be a white man in 2025, certainly not in the age of TikTok when everyone is filming everything. Content is everything. Everyone's filming. So, you know, men don't approach women at the grocery store anymore or the gym anymore because everyone's filming and it's like, oh, look at this creep. You know, the guy comes up, takes his shot, shoots his shot, and then all of a sudden the girl's filming and it turns into this viral sensation where he makes him out to be this creep when in reality, he was not doing anything wrong. So I think men have been set up to fail by the woke liberal feminists who don't want men to be men anymore.
It's trendy to try and find men who are minding their own business and trying to shame them for pointing their head in the general direction of a woman. Society has been turned into a minefield, compliments of modern women, and then they're shocked when men don't want to walk through it.
Absolutely. I feel like there are some women on the left now. It's become popular, like freeze your eggs, F men, you don't need men, sit at home watching MSNBC. And that's my issue with someone like Alex Cooper. And I'm not saying Alex Cooper is not a staunch businesswoman. Like, that is a social climber. For the people listening, it's the host of Call Her Daddy, who, you know, had Charlize Theron on and Kamala Harris during the campaign. But Alex Cooper's whole brand is screw men, you don't need men, be a single independent woman and just work, work, work. But then Alex Cooper in private, she's getting married, having a beautiful wedding, white picket fence. She's going to have a baby. She's going to have the traditional all-American life with the nuclear family, but she wants to keep her audience single and lonely, so they keep tuning into her. Have you noticed this trend with folks on the left, especially these podcasters?
It's funny how modern women think that a life working 40 to 60 hours a week, coming home to an empty apartment, being too exhausted to do anything, and being bored most of the time is still better than starting a family with a man that cares about them. But hey, they are welcome to make that decision. I do not care. But anyway, guys, we're going to be leaving today's episode there. As always, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you are new here. Drop a comment, and I will see you all in the next one. Make sure you take care of yourselves. Peace.